My next chocolate adventure is more about tradition than surprises. The pretty chocolate box cottages of the Cotswolds are quintessentially English. But they're not the only delicious slice of the past in this beautiful countryside. I'm here for something equally scrummy. I'm here to eat some of the most loved chocolate puddings in the land and learn a little bit of their history. The Pudding Club was established at the Freeways House Hotel in 1985. Their mission? To celebrate the great British puddings that were, at that time, disappearing off the menu at most restaurants. It seems to have worked, as these British classics have made a comeback and the club is still going strong 35 years later. Lucy Williams is assistant manager at the Freeways House, but more importantly, she's also the official pudding master. So how did the club come about?
So it came about because there was a real danger to the great traditional British pudding, because back in the 1980s there was a dessert trolley in the hotels and the restaurants serving things like Black Forest Gatto, creme caramel. So there was no sign of any proper pudding and lashings of custard anywhere. So the hotel owners thought we'd better do something about this. So they started the Pudding Club.
So do you feel like you've saved the British pudding?
Definitely. We've brought back puddings from the past. We're keeping them alive week in, week out.
Lucy wants me to try some of the club's favourite chocolate puddings, starting with the intriguingly named Very Chocolate Pudding. The earliest written reference to chocolate pudding is from 1730. It's thought that part of the reason for steamed pudding's popularity at this time was down to the fact that many ordinary houses now had small ovens that, while not very hot, were hot enough to steam a pudding.
Please, dig in.
Dig in. And you've brought some chocolate custard along.
Oh, yes.
It kind of melts in your mouth, and that custard is fantastic. Love a custard with a pudding. It's really chocolatey and intense and not overly sweet.
You can see how it gets its name, Very Chocolate, though.
For me, this feels like a really traditional British pudding.
Yes, it's heavy, it's hearty, it's everything that everybody remembers when they were a child.
I think this chocolate pudding would make a great special occasion dessert. You could literally just pop a candle on top and you would have a chocolate birthday dessert. The next pudding is a chocolate bomb mousse. The chocolate bomb first appeared on restaurant menus in 1882 and has gone on to make friends in very high places. A version of this dish is said to be one of the Queen's favourite desserts and was even served during her wedding to Prince Philip. Look at that, and that whipped cream with the cocoa powder and that drizzle of chocolate on top. Well, I'm very intrigued to have a little peek inside. Oh, wow, look, it's got a white chocolate centre. Isn't that amazing? It's a bit of a surprise in the middle.
It's very clever.
It's so rich and creamy.
Oh, yes.
This is not the diet version.
We don't use that word here.
So for me, chocolate and pudding is like essential. It really makes the pudding, you know, extra special.
Oh, definitely. And Pudding Club is a special occasion, so we do have chocolate on the menu all the time.
Our final pudding is the classic bread and butter pudding. Food historians have traced bread pudding all the way back to the 11th century, when cooks created it to use up stale leftover bread. In the 13th century, it was known as poor man's pudding, and thanks to renewed interest in traditional English puddings, it looks like it will still be enjoyed for many years to come. Bread pudding made all the more scrumptious by soaking in a rich chocolate sauce and adding chocolate chips to the mix before baking. Wow, that is one chocolate bread and butter pudding. No messing around with that. I haven't had a bread and butter pudding for ages, so I'm really looking forward to this, especially because it's with chocolate.
Dig in.
Okay.
And you can see the layers there.
Yeah. So you've got the crispy bit on the top, and then you've got that soft,
Squidgy.
squidgy pudding centre. That is utterly Moorish. It is so chocolatey. I mean, it's not for the faint-hearted. With that chocolate custard, it's like double chocolate. 3 outstanding British puds, lavished with chocolate and steeped in history. But which one would you choose? A rib-tickling very chocolate pudding, the surprisingly light chocolate bomb with its white chocolate mousse centre, or a classic bread and butter pudding with a chocolate twist? I know, but do you know?
Well, they are all deserving of having the crown, but I know which one my favourite is.
OK, go on.
That's chocolate bread and butter.
I agree. For me, it has to be that chocolate bread and butter pudding. It's just classic British.
Agreed.
So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Next, exquisite chocolate bars that hold nothing back. And I make some tasty bars of my own. Not all bars of chocolate are created equal. There are chocolate bars, and then there are handcrafted chocolate bars, like the ones made by master chocolatier Gabriella Cugno.
I absolutely love chocolate. I mean, I could talk about it all day. The flavour combinations, the textures, tasting it, giving it to people, sharing it with other people, seeing what different things, new things we can do, whether it's creating new flavours, techniques, and of course it tastes absolutely beautiful.
Gabriella also travels the world making chocolates for star-studded special occasions, from high-profile weddings to private A-lister parties.
Throughout my career, we've done lots of amazing events and special occasions, and chocolate is always asked for. And I mean, if I could put anything forward for an occasion, it would be something with chocolate. Just because, I mean, it's universally loved, but also it's so multi-sensory, where you open the box, you bite into it, the smell, the taste, and then also the texture. I think it's just great, and your guests will absolutely love it. I've worked in various places, including the Ritz. My little secret to working with chocolate, I guess, is just don't panic and be stressed. You know, you have to be precise and quite on it like that, but you just don't panic, just be clean and just enjoy it. Just enjoy working with this amazing ingredient. So we'll be making, dipping and decorating these today.
Gabriella first creates a range of different centres for her bars, with salted caramel, peanuts, coconut, pecan and maple. She measures each bar to be exactly the same size.
Chocolate is an absolute labour of love. It takes a lot of time and patience, but for me it's so worth it.
Next come the toppings. Again, it's all crafted by hand with absolute attention to detail.
Our chocolate's at the right temperature, so now it's time to dip and decorate these bars.
By carefully controlling each stage of the bar's production by hand, Gabriella elevates the humble chocolate bar, from sweet shop snack to bespoke art form.
Now they're dipped, we're going to wait for them to set, then put them into their boxes.
When it comes to putting on a bit of a show, handcrafted chocolate bars certainly deserve an appreciative audience.
It's so nice seeing all the different chocolates lined up with the different decoration and the various chocolate.